I know I've been gone for a while and I have some explaining to do, but right now we have some news. Hi, my name is Joey and welcome to the Roundup. This week, popular Catholic priest Father Lupo got in trouble on social media after making some political statements during a sermon. During this sermon, Father Lupo was quoted as saying, "It's better to rig elections than to let the wrong leader come into power."
Chawama twachitariga ama elections. Ukuchira bambi bakateke. Quote me.
It's weird how he tried to justify rigging by saying we're just preventing the wrong leader. Who decides who the wrong leader is? Because each party feels like the president of an opposing party is the wrong leader. If you want to know what political parties think about each other, in the words of Bowman Lusambo, plus, I don't know about you, but personally, I'm going to start using that Father Lupo logic. Yes, we rigged an election, but it's just to prevent a wrong leader. Yes, I'm robbing your bank, but it's just to prevent the money from going into the hands of the wrong people. I'm just stealing your stuff so that you don't attract thieves. What if they come kill you? I'm just cheating on my exam because I don't want the university to have a high failure rate. I love this university, I just want you guys to have a high pass rate. Later on, Father Lupupa issued an apology which seemed sincere enough and people forgave him. And that's great because it takes a real man to apologize. I just hope it wasn't a case of I'm apologizing because I got caught, it's I'm apologizing because I actually mean it. In other news, this week, 7 permanent secretaries got fired and 7 new permanent secretaries were appointed. The government and the man that's trying to win you over are in the same WhatsApp group. They should both just be honest. We are going to be the hardest working government, but only towards elections. I am going to be the best man you've ever met. Only until I sleep with you. Trust me, after you say yes, you're going to be tired of all those broken promises.
I'm getting a little tired of your broken promises.
Amongst the PSs that were fired, it came as a shock to many people that Bishop Ed Chomba was one of them. If you don't know him, he's the person that last year remixed a very famous Christian song and dedicated it to the president. Why do people do things like this? I was seated in front of the TV and when I saw it, I had to tell my brother, I said, "Bro, that famous PS has been fired." "Which PS?" I said, "Somone." But to be fair, while he was in power, he was known to be a very hard-working permanent secretary. Every time he was given an assignment, he would take on it as quickly as possible at the speed of a bullet. And now, just like a bullet, he has been fired. This comes after the story that we received last week that lions escaped from Mundawanga. This caused anxiety and panic amongst residents, but I guess on the bright side, Chilanga finally had hungry lion. This is the second time within a year that lions have escaped from the zoo, and the excuse is always the same. It's because it's mating season. There's so many lions there. Do the lions in Mundawanga not like each other that much that they have to jump over the fence to look for other lions to mate with? But then again, this is Zambia and you guys don't like dating people from your neighborhood. Dating a girl from Kitwe, she'll just break your heart. Dating a guy from Lusaka is 1,000 ways to die. Maybe the lion just said, "That's sad, me, I can't date a lioness from Chilanga, Buddha." Or maybe it was a Christian lion and he jumped the fence because he didn't want the temptation of sex before marriage. This is a Christian nation. Either way, it turns out your neighbor Natasha isn't the only person jumping the fence at night to go look for a boo. But what is Mundawanga doing? Why can't they just admit they don't have the money so that people can donate to help renovate the fence? They always want to act like they have everything under control. This is like when you ask a girl what's wrong and she tells you, nothing. Clearly, Mundawanga has too much pride. Literally, they have 16 lions. That's too much pride. But either way, Mundawanga needs to do like Donald Trump and build a wall. As ZESCO finally announced that load shedding is ending. This is going to happen after the Lower Kafio Gorge project is complete. The magical things that happen in a year when we're having elections. I wouldn't even be surprised this year if pigs fly. I know for most people beef and chicken are the tastiest meats, but pork from a pig that flies, it would be up there. We've experienced load shedding for the past 5 years due to low water levels, and then now that we're going towards elections, the water has magically reappeared. I mean, the dam was practically drying up, and then now there is moisture. That's kind of like a gold digger before and after she finds out you have money. At this point, at least almost every Zambian has been humbled by the economy, and we are all down to earth. Plus, we all have 5 years experience of working in the dark. Every Zambian has the perfect CV to be an underground miner. Speaking about the economy, in economics, economic news, inflation is up 21.9% in January 2021. This is the highest level it's reached since April 2016. And food inflation has hit a high of 25.6%, which is the highest it's been since November 2015. And in terms of macroeconomic performance, real GDP slowed to an estimated 2% from 4% in 2018. And economic activity is expected to remain weak, with growth rebounding to an estimated 2.9% in 2021. For all my friends that don't understand the economic language, what this simply means is na pabipa, na pa twekina, na pa bindisa, na pa fulama. In simple words, the economy has shown us its bums. Speaking about bums, in international news, last week Chinese doctors determined that the nasal test is not the most accurate way to test for COVID-19. I know the test is uncomfortable, but before you get excited, Chinese doctors have determined that the most accurate way to test for coronavirus is through the anus. That's right, an anal test. So just like the Zambian economy, you also have to show the doctors your bums. This feels like the best way to get people to get the vaccine, especially men. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a new coronavirus vaccine and everyone's going to have to take it. Never. These white people are just trying to kill us. Take the vaccine or we're going to have to test for COVID through your anus for the rest of your life. Vaccine ilikuisa. On a serious note, just think about it. Scientists have spent billions of dollars in research, building rockets, exploring technology, just to try and get into Mars. And here come the doctors walking casually with $0 spent, and they're about to enter Uranus. But you tell me in the comments, which one do you prefer, the nasal test or the anal one? But otherwise, the anal test is literally a pain in the ass. In more interesting news, this week, Zambia's colored man and well-known philosopher Bai Ino came up with a new quote.
The Englishman said, "The great talkative is the great liar. You are also a liar."
In sports news, Zambia was knocked out by Morocco in the CHAN quarterfinals. But Zambia was clearly outplayed by their opponents, and honestly, I feel bad for Team Bola Nalesa. But then again, I don't feel so bad. Because the other week when Zambia beat Namibia, before the game it was the usual, Zambia, God is with us, Bola Nalesa. But then after the game, this was the Zambia team. Before the game, it's Bola Nalesa. After the game, it's Kobola Mahule. At your age, Awe Mandishua. This is why you are losing games. This has been the news. Thank you for tuning in. See you next week. If you're a youth out there that wants to make a difference, join Fact Today. Check out their page and get more information on how you can become a member.